Hello and welcome back to another video, BaseChain, and today we are back with another crypto video. Today, I'm going to be interviewing one of the core team members of carol.finance, and his name is Bean. And yeah, we're going to go straight off. There's going to be some announcements. We're going to be asking a lot of those questions that you guys have in mind. But if you guys didn't know, carol.finance is a decentralized finance kind of staking protocol that's amazing, that we're going to go through in the technical kind of questions and how it protects you against mev bots, how the bonding kind of works and why it is in place. But it is a protocol that makes you 2 to 8% ROI, which is pretty interesting, and it is on the BaseChain. And we're going to start off by saying hello, welcome. Thank you for being here, and just tell us more about yourself, your crypto previous experiences, and how did you get about to be part of carol.finance?
Sure, man. Thank you very much, first of all, for having myself for this interview. It's a great honor. And obviously, hello to the community. And yeah, I go by Bean, and I've been intimately involved in the inception of Carol since day one. I have a number of years of experience in the crypto industry. Most of them I've been around the team that designed Carol. I started in 2017 with generally being curious about everything, distributed ledgers and that technology,
Mm-hmm.
studying Bitcoin, going after Ethereum and what it standard for. And then it was all about mining. It was all about first staking experiences. Then I graduated more towards a researcher role for like all things DeFi. I was
Yep.
mostly interested on staking protocols. That's basically how I got into the team that's built Carol. We kind of assembled, um, you know, around like I would say a 2018-19 kind of time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been together for a long time. We did great things on BNB chain, for example. And yeah, super stoked for the upcoming bull run. We did lots of great things, lots of great staking solutions in the previous bull run. If you know,
Yep.
you know, there are lots of people and communities that like we are an anonymous team,
Yep.
respectfully. But
Absolutely.
if you know, you know, and there is like, yeah, there is a number of people that been bullish about Carol since day one, even though we didn't have the trust we gained so far. So yes, that's kind of like a little bit of my story and how the team came together. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you. Well, I guess my first question kicks off by why did you guys choose BaseChain specifically?
Great question, because we were thinking about where, like, what infrastructure we're gonna take to um, to implement Carol on, and
Yep.
this was the time when Base was launching, and it was very exciting. We were super stoked for Coinbase's own layer two with all the um,
Mm-hmm.
users of Coinbase kind of automatically being like tending to want to use Base because it's a Coinbase's
Yep. It's
um,
backed by Coinbase.
brainchild. Yeah, we were super stoked for Base. We saw the tiny costs in terms of gas for our users. And yeah, we definitely saw the hype of Base and this shiny new thing as a win. First of all, for the community, for our community that was going to use Carol. So it was like a kind of no-brainer for us after some time, and a win-win for the community, and that's how Carol went to Base.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, honestly, I think Carol Finance is one of the hottest projects in BaseChain. So I think it's a pretty interesting stuff. And
Yeah, that's
just
great.
BaseChain as a whole is it's kind of an underdog because it's literally under a year old network. So it's great timing with the bull run as well, and as well just more information for the watchers. Carol Finance is sitting over right now almost 700k market cap, the most beautiful chart I've seen, and we're gonna get to why this beautiful chart was is why is it beautiful, because of the mechanisms that you guys have, like the bonding and obviously the MEV protection. We're gonna talk about the MEV protection. Can you just tell me about how this protocol protects against those arbitrage bots?
Sure, that's an amazing question to you know, to answer. And when you take any token out there, it's basically we have utility tokens, we have some meme tokens, we have some tokens launched just for the sake of it,
Yeah,
and they are very exposed to different kinds of manipulation. And we see lots of pumping and dumping. That's the bread and butter of some people in the space, of a lot of people in the space.
yeah,
But we saw Carol as not just saw, we built it to be a potent tool for for putting your Ethereum to work through the protocol. And the protection is that there is no way that an outsider can get their hands on Carol besides going and actually using the platform's functionality. So you can always sell your your profit, your gains that you made with Carol, but you never, if you don't bond, if you don't stake, you're never getting Carol, and you are not able to manipulate its price in any way. This way,
yeah.
it's protected from MEV bots. This way, it's protected from token hunters, from pumpers and dumpers. Yeah, we really thought about the ways that we could protect the actual utility of the token, and not let it just become another speculative tool.
Exactly, yeah. I really like it. The fact that you can't really directly purchase it from any normal DEX. You have to go through the bonding process, which is my next question. Can you explain kind of the bonding process and how it incentivizes the user to go through it? Well, I'll spoil it by saying it will give you 30% plus bonus. But yeah, how does the bonding mechanism work?
Yeah, sure. So bonding is one of the two primary mechanics of Carol, and its beauty is that while you bond, you basically bond, you tie your Ethereum to an amount of Carol and lock it for 30 days, and this is kind of a way to put it to work. It's kind of a deferred purchase, and the beauty of it is that you lock the amount of tokens, um, I mean, this plus 30% right away. So when you put in an amount of Ethereum, you are getting um, a corresponding amount of Carol at
Yeah.
the current price plus 30%. This is very important because once you stake your bond,
Mm,
you carrying over, you're putting this 130 um, you know um, this 130 bond into
yeah.
staking with like this 30% included. Yeah, that's basically bonding for you. It's 30 days. We just, yeah, I almost forgot. We launched just the other day 20-day bonds. So the rationale was that like the overwhelming majority of our users use bonding plus staking,
Yeah.
which is they always go and put their bonds into staking, and that's for a good reason because there are good returns in staking. But we also wanted to incentivize people to use just bonding because it's uh, like one of the ways to make profit with Carol. You don't have to stake your bond all the time, and with these 20-day bonds, we aim to achieve that. And yeah, so your 20-day bond gives you 20% respectively.
Yeah. So that's a very fair deal, to be honest. But yeah, I think my next question would be, going through the white paper, I see that there is technically unlimited emission in the contract. Can you explain to me why is this needed, and at the same time, why or how are you guys going to keep it controlled?
Yeah. So I would answer this question by tying it back to the ecosystem mechanics, the platform mechanics. We already know that you can get your hands on Carol out there easily. Besides any marketing, like this marketing allocation that there is for incentivizing our community and spreading the word and just generally getting people stoked about Carol at the outset. Um, there is never too much Carol out there because you can get your hands on it outside the platform. And once you claim your return, the Carol that you left in the system gets burned. So there is never as I mentioned, there is never too much Carol out there, and in this way, it really doesn't matter what's the total supply of Carol is because it's getting burned, and it never leaves the smart contract outside its mechanics. It's solely the amount of Ethereum that's put to work and the corresponding amount of Carol.
That's amazing. Yeah. Guess kind of moving on to another part of the smart contract. I've seen that there is a reserve for the unforeseen circumstances. Can you just tell me, why is it such a good thing to have this? And what's the status of the reserve?
It's important because any project out there, almost any good project and well thought out project has some kind of treasury, or a backup,
Yeah.
fund to keep. We are getting into quite at a great pace into the next bull run. We see Bitcoin at 37,000, 36, Ethereum at 2,000, which is very exciting and very, it helps Carol greatly. It should be no secret that the timing is great as well to be using Carol, and it promotes its growth. But when we see these rapid rises, we can always see rapid falls. And
Mhm.
um, when it comes to sustaining the operations of the protocol, we saw it as fit to have a little bit for these circumstances, which might never come. It's the contingencies that we like foreseen um, when we were building Carol. This scenario should be pretty grave for us to want to reserve, to this allocation.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you for answering that. I guess just my next questions. Can you tell me what is your vision or the whole team's vision of Carol Finance? Like with the bull run, how scalable, how big can this project get, and are you guys ready for it?
Oh, absolutely, we are ready for great things and for building. We've been, anxious to be building something and bring good things to the crypto community for quite some time. We weren't able to do that. Multiple people, multiple builders couldn't do that for
Yeah.
for a good reason of the longest bear market that we ever saw.
Yeah.
And yeah, for Carol, sky is the limit because the protocol could accommodate, you know, whatever amount of liquidity and whatever a number of users that could, be interested in using it. But we are looking for ways to expand already. We are looking to launch on this could be BNB chain, for example, because
Mhm.
we have very good memories and very good connections with people that appreciate and use BNB chain on the daily.
Yep.
There are like several other chains that we would like to expand to, but yeah, there is we have a roadmap with pretty hard milestones, hard in terms of
Hmm.
established what we are going to do at what time and at what liquidity we can implement that. It goes from creating additional liquidity pools for Carol with other assets. This goes um, to launching, Carol credit, as we call it, with collateralized loans with Carol, plus
Okay.
bridges, obviously, to connect the ecosystem on other chains. Yeah, we recently, by the way, I would like to announce that right
Hmm.
now we just enabled the DAO functionality. Our community hub, the tab is already available on the website. So our community that holds over 25,000 Carol in bonding or staking, we implemented, mechanics specifically convenient for our community, because our community holds their liquidity inside the protocol, and whatever amount uh, of Carol that you are staking with Ethereum, um, that's over 25,000, you
Hmm.
can now go ahead and propose something, basically. This could be your thoughts on what change should be next for Carol, by the way.
That's pretty interesting. Wow. Yeah. I was reading through the white paper and I saw that there is a voting system. So this is, wow, perfect timing to mention that. Um, but yeah, I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
my next question would be, what are your thoughts just on the bull run, just generally with crypto as a whole?
Yeah, that's an amazing question, because we all kind of depend on, the SEC and generally, like,
Yeah.
American regulatory environment. But we saw great progress with all the cases beat. We saw the XRP case turning out great, or at least well.
Yeah.
We see all the ETF applications not being thrown out as
Yeah.
it used to be. There we saw BlackRock's like Ethereum ETF application just today, if memory serves, and Ethereum surged. So there are multiple. Actually, there is institutional demand. Everybody's exciting, at least about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and probably Solana, BNB chain as well, like BNB as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, this bull run is going to be determined by a lot of institutional money and institutional interest. And we see that legally they're almost cleared to do that in a seamless way and legal way. So we as retail investors are very stoked for institutional money going into crypto, and yeah, just generally taking it to new ATH.
Amazing. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for that answer. I guess one of my final questions would be, why did you guys come up with, or why did you guys choose Carol Finance as the name?
Oh man, I love answering this question, because I was, I was asked this several times. We wanted to, you know, uh, put some fun out there. It's definitely for kicks. Um, part of it is definitely for kicks, but we also thought that with the upcoming bull run, we see all the bad actors being, served good justice on what they have done.
Yep.
As they have been convicted, the evil Carol
Yep.
is getting hers as well, and we just wanted to take this name and bring the Caroline name its new former glory of being sweet and not being a needy and greedy and whatever
Absolutely.
whatever
Yeah.
you want to color. Yeah, we saw that this could once again bring a lot of hype to the project, which is also a win to our community and our stakers. It's for kicks. It's for a good reason of giving Carol, um, you know, new and I lost my train of thought. Just giving,
Yeah. It is
giving
a quite
giving
catchy name.
Carol its former glory of being sweet, and
Yeah.
yeah, giving a good kickstart for the protocol as it is, as its mechanics.
Amazing. Well, I love to hear, honestly. Um, really thank you for your time in answering these questions. I love the project. I feel like it's really held to such high standards. Like I've never really thought about like, oh, let's protect against mevbots in such a innovative solution in detaching, buying your Carol from AMMs like DEXs and stuff. And then to buy it, you have to also bond it, which is good for stability, sustainability, and even like, just generally a better looking graph. So yeah, I really like it, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you as well.
Thank
And
you
yeah, I
very
think
much.
that
Yeah,
covers all my questions, honestly. If you have anything else to say.
yeah, just continue on with the Carol token mechanics. It's very important that you are not limited in any way in selling and cashing out what you've gained, which is very important. And limiting DEX trading in terms of buying uh, virtually limits Carol to actually being used for its actual utility, which is putting your Ethereum to work, and nothing else, which could the a lot of projects um, suffered um, historically
Hmm.
from their tokens being manipulated and not and like in the end, eventually, the whole tokenomics would go, south just because people used to play with your tokens price just for the sake of, pumping and dumping and gaining something.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Beam, for being here, and thank you for your time. And I think that wraps up today's interview. Honestly, to another interview. Hopefully, when Carol reaches $1. Honestly, we guys never know. What's your
So
vision?
cheers.
$1, Carol?
I would love to see that. We're going to, with Ethereum
Hmm.
making for, having all the makings of heading the next bull run because of all the infrastructure that's built around it. Bitcoin is a good hedging
Yeah.
tool, and Ethereum is generally like a huge and expansive infrastructure. And Ethereum is bound to go up. I have no doubts about that. And
Yeah.
with Carol following and even sometimes outperforming Ethereum, thanks to the demand, thanks to the uh, actual the protocol being used the way it's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
With Ethereum making some X's, it's almost you know a certainty that Carol is going to follow, and we're going to see where it gets.
Exactly. That's another factor. It's like if Ethereum 10x is, Carol will catch some X's as well. Even if
That's for sure.
nobody's like buying or selling, right? It's great. You have another external factor. That's kind of the investment in Ethereum. But as you said, yeah, Ethereum is going nowhere. Personally, I think it will always be the top two, right? And yeah, interesting stuff. Well, yeah, I think that covers it. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you all for watching this. And I'll end the video there, and I'll catch you soon, everyone, and Beam. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, have a great one.